Dear friends, in the, in continuation with the last video that I uploaded on transit. Now, when we talk about transit, the most dreaded, the most feared, and even the most misunderstood transit is the transit that is called as Sade Sati. Many of the people that you may go in time of trouble, they will try to mislead you, or if not mislead you, they will try to give you some remedies. The remedies that they would say can ward off this stressful times, or you can have a very easy escape. I do agree that there are remedies, but those remedies will only lessen, or if not lessen, it will only give you the strength to face those situations which is going to come down. Now, we have to understand what is Sadasati and how the transit of the planet called Saturn, which you all know that it traverses or it travels from one zodiac sign for 30 months, or I would say 2.5 years. To make you understand this, I would want your attention on the board so we understand this in totality. First, let me explain to you how it all starts. See, Sadasati is for 7.5 years. Reason for 7.5 years is when Saturn transits from the 12th, 1st and the 2nd house from your moon or the moon Rashi. So I have mentioned over here, suppose your Rashi is number 11, which is Aquarius, and today I am giving you the current situation. Today on the 24th of January 2020, Saturn from this house, that is Sagittarius, moved into Capricorn. It is going to be over here in Capricorn for 2.5 years. So the Sadasati is now in the 12th house from the Aquarius. So I can say that the Sadasati for people who are Aquarian has begun. Now after that, it will come to the the 12th house, 1st house and 2nd house. 12th house, 1st house and 2nd house. So Saturn will go 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years. Now Saturn from Capricorn will move into Aquarius on the 28th of April 2022. Similarly, it will move into the sign of Pisces on the 29th March 2025. So currently Aquarius is facing the first 2.5 years, which is the beginning of Sadasati. Then it will have a peak. That's called a peak when it is over here. And then you will have the third phase. I'll explain to you what happens in the 12th, 1st and 2nd house. We have to even understand that suppose today if you are this sign, that means Gemini. From this sign, Saturn is sitting today in the 8th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So for Gemini, it is called as, this is a Ashtama Shani in the 8th house. And it will affect the 8th house, not this 8th house, but 8th house from here. Then the 11th house of Gemini, 2nd house of Gemini, and the 5th house of Gemini. So these are the areas where Saturn will have the full impact. Now, for Librans, where number 7 is written, for Librans, it is the Kantaka Shani. It's called as Kantaka Shani because Saturn is in the 4th house, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? And the houses that will be effect for Librans is going to be 4th house, 6th house, 10th house and the 1st house. Right? Let us understand. Let's come back to here. This is a period, I'm talking about Sade Sati now. This is a period of stress, misery, negative events in life. It's the final examination of all your past karmas and your efforts. If your efforts were good, if you are doing everything good, especially the last 5 years, then this is the time for examination, and the examination shall be taken by Shani Dev. He has been entrusted with this responsibility. Likewise, similarly, Saturn transiting 4th house and the 8th house from Moon. So 4th house in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8th house like in this case. So today, Sade Sati is going on for which sign? Sade Sati's last phase is for Sagittarius. Middling phase is for Capricorn. The beginning of the phase is for Aquarius. Please understand this. Okay. This is also for 2.5 years. This time is equally bad or good according to your past karma. Saturn is highly benefic. Saturn is positive or benefic for Taurus and Libra moon sign. Taurus and Libra moon sign. You would face negative events, yes, no doubt. Will face some negative result though, but overall the period would be good and would give you progress. Even if you don't have the vision to look at it, Saturn is trying to teach you some lesson, preparing you for something. Now, first phase of Sade Sati, this is my own research. I do not know what are the others. They may agree with me or they would disagree. I have seen that the first Sade Sati, in your life, there are 3 Sade Satis that you can face in life. Because Sade Sati comes back in your life every 27, after 27 years. So first Sade Sati, if your age is between 1 and 27, and if you are somewhere in the middle of it, there are 2 things that I've seen. Your parents are affected. There could be a conflict between your parents, or your education would be affected. There is a break in education, or there will be a lot of this thing, but if you're putting a lot of efforts and good efforts, and Saturn is happy about it, definitely the period is going to be good for you. In the second phase, in the second Sade Sati of your life, if it happens between the age of 27 and 57, it is going to be a great struggle, but the struggle is for good. Please understand that. Shani Dev will teach you, and some people who have got real good karmas, whether it is a Sanchit karma, Prarabdha karma, you will see name, fame and success also during this period. The third Sade Sati possible, this is also the age of Saturn return, which is 57 and above. Your age could be anything. Great lessons in life is taught over here by Shani Dev, and whatever experience you have gained in life, you will see that you may finally, because this is the age of retirement, so you may think of giving it back to society, spiritually, as a consultant, as a mentor, as a preacher, whatever you will give it back to the society. In the D1 chart, this is very important point. In the D1 chart called the Lagna chart, if Saturn and Moon has got any association, either they are together in one sign, or Moon is aspecting or Saturn is aspecting Moon, then the Sade Sati is really going to be very stressful, because here it is affecting the mind. If Saturn is retrograde in your chart, D1 chart, if it is retrograde, then it will tremendously lessen the effect of Sade Sati. So for these people, Sade Sati would be, I won't say smooth, but there would always be a help. Now, coming down over here, there are some rules. Now, these are the rules that I have seen in my life. Some I have picked up from my mentors, from the books, from the articles. Rule number 1. Now, when Sade Sati starts, I always see there is a change of location. Always there is a change of location. If you are staying in, say, about Mumbai, you either may go abroad, or you will change the state or the city at least. And if you do, it is better, because Sade Sati gives you more trouble at your birthplace. This is also my finding. Very lucrative offers will come to you. Very lucrative means very attractive offers. Your friend, your colleague, some people you may contact, and they will show you some picture. Or hey, this is what the project is, and you can do this and that. And you may take a big risk, okay, of investing into it. I will tell you, don't do that. You are sure to fall flat on your face. Lucrative offers would attract you to make investment. Do not do that, please. Ultimately, loss of money and fame and problems with profession will happen. An accident causing hurt either on your head, it could be a small hurt also, or your foot or feet is possible. This would be the first indication that Sade Sati had started. Real faces would surface. That means people, you would definitely, if you're in stress, you are in problem, you may try to fall back on your friends and colleagues or even relatives. You will see that real faces will appear and there will not be any help. Stay away from your birthplace. I've already explained to you. Death in a family of a loved one has been seen. Fire or robbery is seen in many cases. You may get into an extramarital affair, and this is relating to a karmic connection where you will get attracted and you have to pay the debts of somebody, and you get into a karmic thing, and this is going to cause great problem for you in life. Okay, your marital affair is completely shattered. Now, when Shani Dev will come, starting, middle and ending, what will happen when it is ending and going? It's like, as I told you, it's a final examination of your efforts, and when the examination is over, you wait for your result, right? Now, whatever you have performed in your examination, accordingly the blessings would come of Shani Dev. Now, what are the blessings that I have seen that Shani Dev normally, in almost all cases I have seen, if you are trying your best to get married and you are not finding the most appropriate spouse, you will get married, especially during the ending period. If you were waiting for, like, you got married but many years have passed and you have still not conceived, or your wife has not conceived, I see a birth of a child. See, these are the blessings from Shani Dev. One is marriage, second is birth of a child. Third, if something to do with your property, Shani Dev will definitely, Saturn will definitely give you a roof over your head. If you are staying in a rented house, you may buy a house. If there's a property which was supposed to come to you, but it was lying in dispute, in litigation, so that property will come to you. And if not, you will definitely renovate or upgrade your existing property. Last but not the least, even if you have vehicle or many vehicles, you will still buy a vehicle. That means you will definitely, now when I say vehicle, it depends upon your status in society. If you are walking, you may get a cycle. If you have a cycle, you may get a scooter. If you have a scooter, you may get a better bike. If you have a bike, you may get a car. If you already have a car, you may get a car which is of a higher ranking. This is what is going to happen. Now, having said all this, my next video, I'll explain to you what do you mean by double transit. It's very interesting of knowing double transit. So Saturn, I'll once again, before I end my session, let me explain to you, find out where is your moon. Whenever, so I would say like on 29th of March 2025, what is going to happen? Or rather, when Saturn is here, it will going to come over here on the 28th April 2022. It will start the Sade for people who are Pisces, mean Rashi. On the 29th of March 2025, it is going to be the middling for them, but the beginning for Aries. Are you understanding? Because as I told you, suppose your moon is here, 3. If it is here, 3. If it is here, 3. If it is here, 3 houses. So this is what Saraswati is all about. So friends, this was all I wanted to explain to you in the series of transits. This is the most important transit, and people get very fearful, though you don't need to, because I can guarantee you one thing, the struggle that you're going through would go through in your Saraswati period. I can guarantee you, you will learn many good lessons that will make you headstrong, and definitely later on you can count on those things that you learned while struggling. This would become a foundation for your career ahead, family ahead. Thank you for watching this video. Do like my video, share my video, and click on the notification bell icon as well. Thank you.